Wolves 1. Well, I said Michael Brown has just left me on commentary duty. He's dashed down to the sideline where he is with FG for his final thoughts.
OK, full time at the Etihad Stadium. Happy Saturday, Brownie. Manchester City 5, Wolves 1. What a performance.
Yeah, wonderful performance as well. So hungry again from the players. That man in the picture just behind is Erling Haaland. Just a couple today, just 4, you know, slotted him in. His finish was angry, wasn't it? That one when Wolves had scored, he just puts it right in the top corner, stands with that aura and says, yes, please. So it's an important win. I think it's really a convincing win. Fulham are looking and going, really, do we really want this next week? But, you know, you've got to just keep pushing, keep driving, using all the squad as well. Alvarez coming on and getting himself a goal. So several opportunities right throughout, but wonderful afternoon of football.
A wonderful afternoon and a fantastic first half. A hat-trick for Erling Haaland. A header that, by the way, is a sensational finish. We saw Paul Dickov during the game and he said,
I'm not sure
wow.
Dickie would have got that high, to be fair, but literally, it was a really, really top move as well, wasn't it? Circulating the ball around, just hanging it up to the back post, and then really good header right back across the goalkeeper.
Across the goalkeeper indeed, as you see our players coming off the pitch. We see Jeremy Doku there, we see Josko Vardiol, Kyle Walker as well. A sensational performance by them.
Yeah, really good. And even Jeremy Doku coming on. We talk about the squad, everybody who's involved. John Stones getting a big bulk of minutes as well when Nathan Ake had a couple of knocks when, you know, you felt like, was he going to be okay? But again, it's just continuous, the level of performance and desire just to drive teams and just to get better and better. The will to win is fantastic.
And what I love so much is it's very much a squad at Manchester City. You see Sergio Gomez coming off after doing a lap of honour, clapping the fans. He didn't play today, but he's a massive part of the squad. Julian Alvarez, of course, off the bench on a landmark appearance and
yeah,
slots it in.
100 appearances straight away, gets that strike. It didn't look like he was going to miss as well, but Phil Foden, everybody, do you know, he just seems to be in their style, in the stride. They've got to realise just round the corner, a couple more weeks, a couple more results, get them unbelievable rewards that they'll never forget for the rest of their life, and these supporters.
And as Paul Dickov says, here is Nathan Akanji, the two there, absolutely fantastic. Paul Dickov, you're going to stick with that forever, of course. Bernardo Silva, looking great as always, and Rico Lewis as well, coming off the
pitch. It was a big win, though. Do you know, you talk about everybody, all the individuals, but it's another step, isn't it? Almost in touching distance, and now 2 away games. And what, you know, can they get over the line? That's a difficult one, isn't it? When you go Saturday, you go Tuesday, trips away. Really, really important that the rest there now, a free week, getting ready for such a big few games of football. So a brilliant, brilliant day, exciting again. And as well, you know, David Silva here to witness such a good performance.
I was just about to say, we were in the presence of greatness with El Mago at the Etihad, and we've been in the presence of greatness with Michael Brown here on Matchday Live as well. Thank you so much as always.
Well, thank you.
2 more away games and then it sets it up nicely for the final home game of the season here at the Etihad against West Ham. Let's head back to a very, very happy studio.
Thanks so much, FG, and like you, I'm also in the presence of greatness. I'm in the presence of Joleon, Lescott, Keith Curle and Shaun Wright-Phillips. Joleon, job done. You said at the start of the show the most important thing is getting the win. They did that, but in some fashion as well.
Yeah, they did it in style. Some of them goals, especially Haaland's, 4th, was exceptional. But yeah, they dominated. Even when Wolves scored, you never felt they were getting back into the game. It was a slight surprise that they'd actually score, to be honest. But overall, it was a very convincing performance and something, like you said, it's about results, but performances can give you confidence. And when you're that dominant, you'll go into the next game full of it.
Next game is Fulham away, which we'll focus on in just a second. We at half-time discussed, you know, it was very ambitious and brave of Wolves to carry on the way they were playing. Do you think, did they say try and make some changes to stifle City in the second half, Keith?
Not enough. No. I think, but again, I think the damage was already done. I think if you have a look at, there's not too many things that you're going to learn or you don't know about Man City. If you know what I mean, so you know they're going to press you. You know they're very good at pressing. So why invite it? Which is what they've done. And again, today's been about finding out new things. But the biggest thing I found out today is you can still wear blue denim.
Wow.
Hey, I've got 3 of them at home. I haven't worn them. I'm like,
no, you could be pulling them out.
Hey, Shaun, he wears it well. I've got to say, I'm getting mine back out.
That's it. Next time Keith is on Matchday, like we should all be rocking the blue.
No, that was coming.
You know what? The thing is, I'm just chilled. I've been good this day as well. I haven't picked on anybody. I've got everyone desserts.
I think it looks all right.
You don't get
You get
everyone desserts.
Yeah, I'm just taking care of people, and then people still come for me.
Shaun, what do you, I mean, the big man, we have to speak about him. 4 goals for Erling Haaland. You run out of superlatives to speak about him, but brilliant performance, and especially coming back from injury. I think he's now leading goal scorer, and apparently he's been out of form.
That's the funny thing.
League One player.
Yeah,
that's the best thing. If he's out of form like this every year, I'll take him like this every season. And I think any team in the Premier League would. But I think once he gets that connection back like he did against Forest with Kevin and all the other players like he did today with the ball from Phil, he just pulled. Phil took 1 touch at his feet and put it basically in his path. From that connection happened, he's almost in a way unplayable because he's as quick and as strong as everybody else.
Yeah.
And from the other side, he's got the players to put the ball exactly where he wants it in exactly the right time. And then you see what happens at the end. The end result is either he comes out with a penalty or he hits the target or he scores a goal. And if you can keep doing that, it's basically unplayable.
You really, I mean, it was a beautiful ball from Foden as well to find a beautiful finish. They had scored just before Joleon. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, didn't mean much. We know Edison loves a clean sheet, as does all the City's defence. They will be frustrated. Could they have done anything better to have not conceded and kept that clean sheet for that goal?
Yeah, they will be frustrated. Probably a bit more communication between Kyle and Edison. I think Kyle is there to actually defend the cross and clear it, and then Edison's got a touch that's knocked it over Walker, but it's a great finish.
Yeah.
He's come back across his body and right foot finish, so you can't take anything away from that. But again, the game was comfortable. Sometimes when it is too comfortable, you can be lax in your approach, whether it's attacking or defending. So, yeah, I think that was probably what they needed to just kick on again, because I don't remember them going near the goal again.
I mean, it was frightening as well as it was 58 seconds between them scoring and the back of the net. So it goes.
And that's the bit of the concentration I was talking about before. I think top players have the ability to just go, okay, we need to up our concentration a little bit more again, and as soon as they do that, I honestly don't remember Wolves having, not near the goal, but just a spell of possession that looked like
2 crosses in the first 5 minutes. That was about it.
Yeah.
I thought the central midfield again was really good as well, Keith. I mean, I thought Rodri as well was brilliant in the attacking sense, but him and Kovacic just bossed that midfield today.
They move the ball very quickly. They know their next pass, and to an extent of they run the finish and they run the enthusiasm at the opposition, because as soon as they go, the ball's moved somewhere else. Then they have to get back into the slot, and then they half tempt them with that ball in to narrow them up, and then they go. Then they move the ball again quickly, and again, and that is an art. Keeping the ball moving, and also then it's the movement off of the ball. The main thing that impressed me today was the work rate of the players. When they needed to work, they worked. Again, I think Joleon mentioned it. Kevin De Bruyne. Now, if you see a world-class player starting the press and going, you back him up.
Yes.
And it's one of those people. A lot of people can think well, it's the ugly side of the game. City did the ugly side of the game very well.
Doing it, and that's going to be so key. I mean, we've got 2 away games now, Shaun, and it doesn't point out the obvious, but that work rate and kind of what is needed to get the wins. Craven Cottage first up, and then obviously we know Spurs is going to be paramount if we want to secure full points.
Oh, 100%. But don't think as far as Spurs just yet. Just think about obviously Fulham away,
right.
which is a tricky game in itself. They make it difficult for people, and I don't think they will get caught on the ball sometimes, but they won't take as many chances as Wolves have today. They know when to kind of clear their lines and play up there. So it will be a difficult game. But I think if we play the way we played and we're as aggressive as the way we were today, I don't think personally they'll be able to live with us.
Not an easy game though, Craven Cottage. No. They've beaten Arsenal there this year. They've beaten Spurs there. I think last season it was only 2-1. It was a penalty in Alvarez. I don't know. It's difficult to go there, and they've been doing a good job this season as well.
Yeah, that's the way I would base it on. This season more so than previous results. I think this season, again, playing with confidence and freedom. Their expectations was probably, in the greatest respect to them, to survive. As soon as they do that, then they can look forward, and again, it just helps players play with a careless attitude, but can create great moments, and they've had some strong results recently. I think Muniz is up front, and he's arguably as in form as anyone in front of goal. So, yeah, it's going to be a difficult game, but I think if City go there and put together a spell of half an hour, it could be 3-0.
Yeah.
And that you've got to know and recognise that from any opposition. So we go in there full of confidence, full of belief. I guess
as well, it's funny, Keith, we were not maybe privy to it as much, but you see how difficult it was at Forest, you know. I know, they said about the pitch being dry, but I know them smaller dimensions, sometimes it is going to require something different from City, but they've also got the personnel, should they need to tweak things slightly. Do you think they'll go maybe with a different approach to what we saw here today?
I think they will do. I think if you have a look at the last 3 or 4 fixtures, they're all tricky. You know, like Forest, Brighton, Bournemouth, all tricky places potentially. Even more so if your mindset's not right. But you got the one thing that you can guarantee: that the focus and the mindset of the players. The manager will make sure that it's spot on. They will all have. They do their work. They do their analysis work. They will identify weaknesses in Fulham's defence.
Yeah. I guess as well, I mean, we're only focusing on us and the next game, but if we were to get that win, it's the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. Arsenal don't play till Sunday, so you can put that bit of pressure on if it does make or apply a bit of pressure, I guess.
Yeah, you could see it as that. Me, myself, personally, would just be like Arsenal say today, have the points on the board already, and then I can chill for the rest of the day. Let's see kind of what the other team's going to do, which reverts back to where you say it switches the pressure. But I think City's done what they needed to do today in respect of handle that pressure and put the game to bed as early as possible. And now it's just on to the next game and let's see what Arsenal do, basically.
Yeah, I don't think it says we can put as much pressure on them as they can us.
Yes.
Because we win our games, it's irrelevant what they do.
Yes, yeah.
I think they play first and win. I think it feels maybe more pressure on us, but I don't think it is pressure for these group of players because they've been in this situation so many times. And you also know all we've got to do is win our results. Like people are talking about goal difference, like it's not going to come. I don't believe it's going to come down to that.
Agreed.
I just think it's going to come down to whether we're going to win our games.
The thing is, what do you in the modern day now? What do you define as pressure? You know what I mean? Like pressure is probably having 3 kids, a mortgage, and no job. You know? And you say like pressure to a footballer, what you've got to go out and you've got to play, and you've got to perform.
You've got to win.
And you've got
something
to win.
that you're trying to do anyway.
Yeah. Regardless. Yeah. So it's kind of, and I mean, I've got to ask only because if could United though, did you think they could get a result
100%
at Old Trafford?
They did it with Liverpool.
Arsenal.
They did it with Liverpool, and I wasn't anticipating that.
No, I wasn't.
So I think it's a different beast with this Arsenal team. I think the way they play is very similar to the way we play. So it's more structured. I think if it was off the cuff, I think, there's a greater chance of United winning. But like Shaun said, if you're City in this group of players, you just believe Arsenal are going to win. But all you have to do is win your games anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Well, listen, we're going to now look ahead because we've got a massive game for our youth team. The FA Youth Cup final is happening this coming Friday. The under-18s were in action earlier today as well with a win, and FG caught up with Mr. Ben Wilkinson.
Yes, thank you very much, Kel. As you can see, I am joined by royalty here at Manchester City, our academy manager, Ben Wilkinson. Ben, first things first, you've come to the Etihad today, but you had a game this morning at Stoke. How did that go for you?
Yeah, we had a game at Stoke this morning, so we've got 1 league game left now. That's the second to last one this morning. So, lads did really well, actually. We played well. It's always tricky Stoke away, like the first team. It's wet Saturday morning in Stoke. Performance was good. Obviously, everyone's sort of got half an eye out on Friday, so it was good to keep everyone fit and get through the game. It's a pleasing outcome.
Let's move on to Friday very quickly, because at this exact place, the Etihad Stadium, we have the FA Youth Cup final, which is a massive occasion for the club and also for this group of players. You're, of course, leading them out here as the manager, and we want as many people to get down as possible, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It's, Youth Cup's the pinnacle of youth football, really, in this country. It's going to be an unbelievable opportunity for the players to go and show everyone how good they are, and the more people we can get in, it just makes it that extra bit special for the lads in terms of atmosphere, and also for everyone to learn a bit more about them and see how they perform in that environment.
There was a Youth Cup final here a few years ago, and a lot of the players have gone on to have sensational careers. Let's talk about the group of players that you've got right now. What style of play can the fans expect in the game against Leeds?
Hopefully, like not too dissimilar to what people come and see on a Saturday here. Probably not to the same level, but we certainly try and play the same style in terms of what it looks like building up from the back, playing through midfield, and how aggressive we want to be without the ball. You know, we've got players that are capable of doing that and have sort of executed it over the last 2 or 3 years. So hopefully they can carry it out on Friday.
And how much does it mean to the club as a whole being in the FA Youth Cup final and potentially having the opportunity to lift the trophy here at the Etihad? It gives the players an experience they've never had before. It's massive, isn't it?
Oh, massive. Like, absolutely massive. You know, it's the pinnacle of youth football in this country. We feel as an academy we've probably not won it and got to the final as much as we should have done in recent years, given the level of players we've had. So, yeah, unbelievable opportunity for the players to create their own little bit of history and almost leave a legacy. And yeah, like we said, we feel we've got a good group this year. They've been a lot of them have been here since sort of 6, 7, 8 years old. So hopefully they can get over the line on Friday. And
there's a lot of City fans in that under-18s group as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So it means a massive amount to them as well. Quickly before we head back, do you prepare differently when you're at the Etihad? Of course, you normally don't play your football here, this group of players. Will you prepare any differently?
We'll do 1 or 2 things slightly differently in the lead up to it. Just probably come here on Thursday and have a look, you know, just make sure the players are comfortable with the surroundings. So, you know, on Friday they can be completely focused on the game. 1 or 2 different bits in training, because we don't always have this group together because they're usually across the 18s and the 21s. But we've got a full week to prep, so we'll do 1 or 2 things differently, but it won't look too different.
And we've got a brilliant weekend of football next weekend, so make sure you come down to the Etihad on Friday. I'll be here, Ben will be here, and so will the under-18s. And all the best next Friday, Ben.
Thank you, mate.
Appreciate it. Let's head back.
Thank you, FG. Thank you to Ben as well for his time on the back of that Wednesday. Well done to the under-18s. And as we were saying there, FA Youth Cup final on Friday. It is the pinnacle of youth football, really, isn't it? And I mean, it's an amazing achievement for them to get to the final, but be class if they could do it this week.
Definitely, it's huge. It'd be some of their biggest games so far, and some of them biggest games ever in their career. They may not go on to have first-team careers, so you got to seize this opportunity. And for me, reminiscing back to that, it was probably one of the first opportunities you get to play in a stadium. Probably different now. They're probably playing a bit more, but to play in a stadium and live silverware is remarkable.
I've got pictures I can flash back to when I think it was Cole and Tommy Doyle and Phil Foden. So the path has been treading. It is the chance for this next flock of players to go through. It's interesting, Ben, saying there that maybe haven't done it quite enough times given our academy, but it just shows how hard it is, and it's not going to be easy against Leeds.
Yeah, again, I think the biggest plus is that it's proven that there is a pathway from the academy into the first team, which is fantastic. You do get a lot of football clubs where they don't have those homegrown players coming through. That City, they do. If you're good enough, you will progress to the next level. You
will indeed. Well, listen, we would love for you to come and join us. So if you can be around on Friday, there's tickets available. It's £3 for adults and £1 concessions. So if you have got a little bit of maybe a few coins lying around, you can come down. Kick-off is at 7 o'clock. It's here at the Etihad Stadium, and I know it makes such a difference to our youth team if we've got an Etihad full and loud. So that is this coming Friday, 7 p.m. kick-off. And as I say, tickets £3 and £1. You can get them online. And hopefully you won't be sick of the sight of me, because I'm going to be back with you tomorrow with you, Shaun, because we've got a big game over at the Joy Stadium for our women's team. They are in action against Arsenal and so close to clinching this WSL title.
Couldn't get close, really, in terms of a lot of things, but I mean, for me, over the course of the season, I would say they thoroughly deserve to be where they are. I think, although Chelsea play a few more games than them because of Champions League, I actually think watching the City women play, they've been consistently better as a group and deserve to be where they are. So hopefully they get that result tomorrow and Chelsea lose to Bristol.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, and Gareth has done a brilliant job, hasn't he, Joleon, as well? I mean, we've got Bunny Shaw as well, who's got the Writers Player of the Year, putting the goal in the back of the net, but also the team that he's built now over the last couple of seasons really are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, definitely. Lauren Hemp re-signed as well, so that's a massive plus. But yeah, in regards to where they're seen now, and they're seen like the dominant force, and again with the changes that are happening at Chelsea, you expect this group of players to stick together for a bit longer and to have the trajectory like the men's team.
Absolutely, and of course, as well as we know, it's Steph's final season in the City shirt, so it'd be the perfect send-off, wouldn't it, Shaun, if we can clinch that title?
It'd definitely be lovely to see the Lens pick up that trophy, so fingers crossed she gets that chance to do it.
Indeed, she's a legend, indeed. Well, listen, there we have it. If you can come join us at the Joy Stadium as well tomorrow, come do that. But if you can't, don't worry. Myself, Shaun and Tash Harding, we're going to be live from 1:10 tomorrow afternoon, so make sure you tune in to Matchday Live for that. What a treat. Absolute pleasure as always. Joleon, thank you. Keith, thank you. Shaun, thank you. And thank you to you for watching. So 4 goals for Erling Haaland. The gap's been closed to 1 point with that game in hand. So we'll be back for Fulham, and I'll see you tomorrow for Arsenal. Have a lovely evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come on, City.
Wakey, wakey, the Kellogg's football camps are here. Homer ball. Buy a pack and claim a free day.